Hi everybody, this is Nat. In today's video, we're going to talk about one first step to the journey to a better life. The beauty of the present season. This is what I want to talk about today. I believe we all live different seasons and different challenges, and sometimes it's just a calm season or even boring, and sometimes it's just full of problems and nothing works. The struggle is when we suffer, and we suffer because we try to resist. That's it. Going through challenges is not optional. We might think it is. We might want to push it away, and we resist a lot. And the suffering comes a lot from the struggle, from the resistance, from the avoidance. Accepting the season as it is, not trying to avoid it, not trying to run away from it. Instead, running through it, go right through it. And one thing we definitely should avoid is that blaming people for our challenges, whatever they are. Maybe you're in trouble in your marriage, maybe you're in trouble with your children, maybe you are in trouble with your work. And this is what it is: trouble, challenge, problems, difficulties. And we might think it's other people's fault. And it might be, or maybe it isn't. But the point I'm trying to make here is blaming does not help. Blaming other people for our problems or our challenges will not help us to figure it out what to do, to go and to face the problem and to fix it if it's something we can fix, or maybe something we can just be patient. This is very important as well. Just to wait. Sometimes we can't. Sometimes we think we can do something, and the only thing we can actually do is to wait patiently, not trying to do anything because it's just not the right time to do. And this is the beauty of the season, to accept what life wants from us at that moment, at that present moment. What I mean by that is sometimes it is difficult, sometimes it is hard, and being optimistic in a time where it's not appropriate for you, it's just going to bring you more suffering, more frustrations, because our expectations are wrong. When we try to be mindful, to be present, to see as it is, we'll not have wrong expectations about anything. Although we'll always have some sort of expectation. But maybe if we see as it is, if we embrace the season as it is now, our suffering will decrease significantly. And embracing means facing with courage and dignity and taking up your part of the work, because sometimes we take more than it is for us to take, and sometimes we don't take anything at all because we want to avoid whatever is uncomfortable. And this is just our coping mechanisms in our mind, in our ancient instincts, trying to help us to survive even when the threat is not real. So living the present moment, living the season as it is, living the challenge as it is now will help you to see possible solutions, possible actions, or the best things to do at the moment, whether being patient or brave or resilient. One example I can remember is trying to live the life I had when I was 20 now. So when I was 20, I was young, I was healthy, I was full of energy. I had very little worries other than looking good and going to parties and making some money. I had very little responsibilities. I had all the time in the world to sleep. I could eat anything that I wouldn't have an upset stomach. I could just party a whole week with no hangover at all. This was me in my 20s. Now I'm 40. If I try to live this now, if I try to have the same social life, if I try not to, if I don't sleep enough, if I eat junk food all the time, I'm gonna feel like crap. Pardon the French. But this is just a reality. This is a silly but very good example of we trying to live a season that is not for us. I see this all the time with dear friends and members of my family. For example, the other day, I was remembering how difficult it was for me when I had my babies to get back to work. It was horrifying. It was even traumatic, I would say. But I knew people in that time that were eager to go back to work. They were eager to just be surrounded by grown-ups and have grown-up talks. Either them and me, we were trying to live a season that were not for us. And this is just life. She had to stay home and I had to get back to work and we were not happy. I wonder if I had this kind of wisdom and maturity back then, if I would struggle that much, if I would just maybe try to accept as it is and do my best to cope with the present season. And let's face it, a lot of the struggle as well is about the illusion of the future, or just useless thinking about the past where we don't have any control. So this is it today. I hope that has been helpful. I hope that the words made sense to you as they did to me. It's just, I strongly believe that if we live fully into the season we are now, whether it's challenging, whether it's calm, whether it's a worry season, whether it's facing very difficult sickness, that we might find inner peace, stopping the struggle and just seeing as it is, and also being kind to ourselves. I hope to see you next time. Ciao.